Trouble for the Congress party in Maharashtra, in Haryana and in Assam. That is our top focus story. Is this a rebellion against the state leadership, or is this a rebellion against the central leadership also? There were murmurs in the past, voices of dissent against the Congress party. Vice President Rahul Gandhi now just growing louder. Maharashtra Industries Minister Narayan Rane, Assam's Health Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma, both have quit their respective cabinets. Maharashtra Industries Minister Narayan Rane's decision to quit the cabinet is being viewed as a major political setback for the crisis-ridden Congress-NCP alliance, particularly in view of upcoming assembly elections. In Assam, the Chief Minister Tarun Gogoi is finding it hard to quell the open rebellion in the party ranks. Dissidents have put the Congress High Command on notice. Replace Tarun Gogoi as the party Chief Minister, as the state Chief Minister. They've now brought their fight to Delhi. Sulking Congress leader Narayan Rane met the Chief Minister Prithviraj Chavan, tendered his resignation. That resignation, of course, hasn't been accepted. But Narayan Rane had announced last week he will quit but remain within the party. Narayan Rane has been at loggerheads with the state Congress leadership. He's been asking for change. He's criticized the functioning style of the Chief Minister. The matters took a turn for the worse after his son Nilesh Rane lost elections in Ratnagiri, Sindhudurg, and he suspected that the Congress-NCP alliance did not support him. Headlines today's Kamlesh Sutar now joins me with the latest from Maharashtra. Kamlesh, you've been speaking to your sources both in the Congress and the NCP. Is Narayan Rane jockeying for more power within the party, for more of his candidates to get tickets in the upcoming elections, or is this a revolt, a fight to the finish?
Looking at the press conference that Narayan Rane addressed this afternoon, it's very clear that Narayan Rane has kept all his options open at this point of time. Though he was in a confrontational mood this time around, comparing Narayan Rane's rebellion in 2009, where he directly took on Ashok Chavan, criticizing him and even the party high command. This time he was more balanced. He even said that he's open to talks with the Chief Minister, and it is likely that the Chief Minister may meet Narayan Rane again this afternoon. What we are learning from our sources is that Narayan Rane may be offered the PCC President's post, or even he may be even made the campaign chief for the forthcoming election. So that by doing that, the party may try to contain his rebellion. Chief Minister Prithviraj Chavan is expected to reach Delhi tonight. He will consult party high command and even meet some senior party leaders in Delhi, and after that a final decision would be taken. But as of now, the resignation is not accepted. All efforts are being made to persuade Narayan Rane to take back his resignation. Now another few hours would be crucial for Narayan Rane as well as the state
Narayan
Congress.
Rane insists that he is within the Congress party, but he's seeking change. That's exactly what Himanta Biswa Sarma is saying in Assam. Both seeking change at the top leadership within the party. Now, Prithviraj Chavan is not the only Chief Minister facing this heat. Assam government is also facing a crisis within. Health Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma and 31 other Congress MLAs have resigned. This even as the Congress party Vice President Rahul Gandhi had extended support to the beleaguered Chief Minister Tarun Gogoi, asked him to keep rebels in check. The 78-year-old Tarun Gogoi has been facing dissidents for over 2 years. 47 MLAs are said to be against him, including 4 cabinet ministers. Let's listen in to Himanta Biswa Sarma.
I have been summoned there, I have been called, we have discussed. During that discussion, I found that there was nothing concrete on his mind to revive the party. Somewhat suggestion like that there should be a ministry which should be rotating every 4 months. There should be ministry which should be there only for 4 months. Then every 4 months that ministry should be changed. Those kind of strange suggestion was given to me. We considered everything, and thereafter I say we have decided that continuing under the Gogoi ministry is not advisable. So I have decided to tender my resignation.
And let me quickly bring in the Congress party spokesperson Brijesh Kalappa for more on this. Also joining us is Dr. Sambit Patra, BJP spokesperson, and S. Balakrishnan, senior journalist from Mumbai. Brijesh Kalappa, there is trouble for the Congress party both at the centre and the states. In Maharashtra, in Haryana and in Assam. Is this, in a way, a vote of no confidence also in Rahul Gandhi?
I'm surprised, Gaurav, that you read it as a vote of no confidence against Rahul Gandhi, because none of these people have even vaguely referred to the central leadership of the party, nor even about Rahul Gandhi. So I don't know why you're reading something between the lines, something which doesn't exist. Insofar as Maharashtra is concerned, you very well know that this is something which has been brewing for some time, that Mr. Narayan Rane has had some issues, and these issues have existed for quite some time.
And they haven't been addressed either by the state leadership or the central leadership. In both cases, if I were to specifically talk about the Assam issue, now Tarun Gogoi has Rahul Gandhi's backing. At the same time, Himanta Biswa Sarma says we cannot work with Tarun Gogoi physically, mentally or politically. Does this seem to indicate that the party is not comfortable with Rahul Gandhi's decisions, or at least these leaders in the party are not comfortable with his decisions?
If you've seen what Mr. Biswal had to say, he didn't say a word against the central leadership. He said that the state leadership, that is the leadership under Mr. Tarun Gogoi, was something which he was not presently satisfied about. And you will also know that, in a political party, or a political party of this size and magnitude, you'll know that, these kind of problems do occur, because if you see what is happening in Jharkhand between Arjun Munda and Yashwant Sinha, and these are problems, even while the campaign was on, you know what kind of problems there were in the BJP when Mr. Advani was not at all comfortable with Mr. Modi's role, and he made certain statements, and he also said, that he wrote a letter, and you're aware of all this. You're privy to all this.
Mr. Balakrishnan, is this a vote of no confidence just in Prithviraj Chavan, or is there a bigger message here with both Narayan Rane and Himanta Biswa Sarma saying, in case the leadership is not changed, we'll drop to single digits, whether in Maharashtra or in Assam, and the central leadership failing to react?
Gaurav, it is a fact that within the Congress party there is tremendous amount of discontent against the leadership of Rahul Gandhi. At least a couple of leaders have openly voiced this kind of discontent, but in private, if you speak to the Congress rank and file, most of them, they say that Rahul Gandhi has had 10 years to prove his leadership, and that he has failed miserably, and it is high time he is replaced by his sister Priyanka Gandhi. Now, this is a view which is spread across the party, but it is not finding full articulation the way it has got to. And whatever you are seeing, for example, today's resignation of Narayan Rane and Mr. Biswal in Assam, everything, it is highly symptomatic of a deeper malaise which is plaguing the Congress party. Coming to Narayan Rane, he is the only Congress leader in Maharashtra with a mass base.
Yes.
No other leader, including Mr. Prithviraj Chavan, can claim to have any mass base. He is the only one. And when he was brought into the Congress party 9 years back, the then AICC General Secretary in charge of Maharashtra, Mrs. Margaret Elva, she had given him her solemn assurance that in the coming few months he will be given the chief ministership. Remember,
yes.
Narayan Rane has had a stint as a chief minister under the BJP Shiv Sena government in the late 90s, and he had indeed proved his mettle as a person who can take decision, who has got tremendous capacity for mobilizing the cadres, for mobilizing resources and all that. Keeping all this is fact, for 9 long years Narayan Rane has been waiting to have his the promise given to him fulfilled. Nothing happened. Even
Nothing
if it is made a chief minister today, it will only for.
Yes, so is this a vote of no confidence just in Prithviraj Chavan? Again, that question about mass base that you spoke of, or is this a vote of no confidence in the central leadership that is backing people that does not have a mass base? And why am I saying this, Brijesh Kalappa? Because Milind Deora was the first one to say this publicly, that the Congress party leadership needs to shoulder responsibility. Those at the helm and those who are advising them don't have a ear to the ground.
You see, Gaurav, it's very easy to blame somebody who has not been in government for 10 years. Mr. Rahul Gandhi has had the role of building up the Youth Congress and the NSUI, and he did it beautifully, and therefore he became the national vice president of the Congress party. and then just close to the elections, he was made the party campaign chairperson, and then he has performed his role admirably. You will have to remember that he had no role to play in the government. Is
I
it
don't
right
know on
for
what
you
basis Kalapa is saying he has performed admirably.
burden him
Admirable
with the
role,
entire
he brought the
responsibility of
party
10 years of
down.
incumbency? Is
Dr.
it right
Sambit
for you?
Patra to 44 is the number of MPs the Congress party has in Lok Sabha.
See, Brijesh is a dear friend of mine. A very
Maybe it is admirable as per Rahul Gandhi standards.
Brijesh is a dear friend and a highly intellectual person, but he's faking surprises. He is faking surprise when you spring up with the name of Rahul Gandhi. It is not only Brijesh. All the spokespersons and leaders of Congress have to fake these surprises. But my friend, if you keep on having these fake surprises, then one day you get up to see that Congress no more exists. So either you have to accept the truth or you keep on with these fake surprises of yours.
I'm so glad that my friend Sambit Patra is so concerned.
I'm not
about
concerned.
the
I'm not
existence.
concerned. I would rather wish you best of luck to have such more fake surprises. One day you would vanish and we'll have no competitor, no problem with us at all.
No,
this is a classical case of crumbling Congress. You know, the ship sank on May 16th, and right now what we are seeing are the rumbles and the wreckages of the ship which are being carried far apart now.
Okay, you know, because it is very interesting, Brijesh Kalapa, what Milind Deora said. He said Rahul Gandhi's advisors don't have their ear to the ground. Those with zero electoral experience are calling the shots. People who take the advice also have to bear that responsibility, and almost it's exactly the same thing that Narayan Rane is saying today, or Himanta Biswa Sarma is saying that in Assam.
It is a vote of no confidence primarily against the Chief Minister Prithviraj Chavan.
In every political system,
yes,
there is something called a black swan moment. And the BJP has had it. They've been out of power for 10 years. Nobody bothered about them for 10 years.
I'll talk about the BJP later, but tell me about the Congress just now. There's a rebellion in the Congress
you have been
and in 3 states.
You have been decimated. Stop having these nightmares about BJP. Please think about your own party.
I want to concentrate on Maharashtra. I want to concentrate on Haryana. I want to concentrate on Assam. Brijesh, don't talk about the BJP today. Talk to me about what is happening in Maharashtra, what is happening in Haryana, what is happening in Assam. Also in Jammu and Kashmir, your alliance partner of 6 years has parted ways. What's happening within the Congress? What's the thinking of the leadership?
You see, Gaurav, after what we went through on the 16th of May 2014, nobody can disagree with the fact that we have to rebuild the party and rebuild it in a manner in which the party is strong and resilient, right? So this process what happened on the 16th of May, where we were reduced from 209 to 44 seats, is something which, the effects of devastation are not going to just end in a day. There are going to be some rumbles. So these have to be contained, and the party leadership is very active in that aspect, and we are going to certainly going to contain the rumbles of disaffection.
Under the leadership of Rahul Gandhi, because even Digvijay saying that Rahul Gandhi does not have a ruling temperament. So is there some thought about changing the leadership or no?
No, if Digvijay Singh says that Mr. Rahul Gandhi does not have a ruling temperament, I don't think the party agrees with that. But I must tell you that, to run a party, you don't need a ruling temperament.
Okay.
Right? You don't need a ruling temperament to run a party. You have to only get people together. And I think Mrs.
Gaurav,
Gandhi
the verdict of the Congress rank and file is staring at the face.
Bringing the party together.
Okay, Mr. Balakrishnan. Yes, Mr. Balakrishnan and then Sambit. Mr. Balakrishnan, go on.
Yeah, Gaurav, as I see across the country, the verdict of the Congress rank and file is staring at the face of Sonia Gandhi, which is that your son is just not able to get his act together. For heaven's sake, please change him. For the future of the party, you please bring in Priyanka Gandhi, because there is a consensus that she has got the charisma of the late Indira Gandhi, and she will be able to have a major connect with the youth. This is the demand of the Congress rank and file.
Is that the demand of the Congress rank and file in Maharashtra? Is that what the Congress is seeking in Maharashtra?
Of course. That is what most of them are saying in private, that we have had enough of Rahul Gandhi. He simply just doesn't have it in him to lead the party. They all feel sorry for him. But the fact is that They say that the future of the party is at stake. So it is high time we had a charismatic leader like Priyanka Gandhi to head the party, and they hope that this will create a major psychological change within the party and give it the much needed boost to its morale.
So for the BJP, Sambit, Rahul a better bet than Priyanka Gandhi?
No. Neither of them are any bet to us, any challenge to us. Let them sort out their own problems. But two very important and quick political points over here. The irony is in Congress, why do we see such a problem? The problem is, look, after this debacle after May 16th, everyone in Congress realized the fact that the responsibility should lie, the buck should stop at the doors of the Vice President and the President of Congress. But year after year, both the son and the mother have not taken the responsibility of the debacle, and the sycophants in Congress have been saying that, well, it's we were the ones who were responsible for the debacle and the topmost leaders were not responsible. And similar trickling down effect is being seen in the states also. Tarun Gogoi says, I am not the one who is responsible. Prithviraj Chauhan says, I am not the one who is responsible. It's but natural that when you are not yourself leaving your seat, how can you expect your other leaders to leave your seat? Problem number one. And a quick problem number two is, Congress has never allowed any real leadership, the regional traps to come up.
Let me ask closing comments from Brijesh Kalappa on this. Brijesh, what does the Congress party intend to do with the revolt in Maharashtra, with the revolt in Haryana and the revolt in Assam?
Let me first respond to what my friend Sambit said, and I must tell you that the BJP had been voted out of office for 10 years. So, was anybody held responsible in the BJP?
Okay.
For 10 long
now
years,
can we talk about what does the Congress intend to do? What does the Congress intend to do?
Let me tell you what the Congress intends to do. The Congress intends to strengthen its position at the grassroots, and we will reach the grassroots, we will reach our workers, we'll reach each and every corner of India, and
but
we'll
your
come
leaders
back
are revolting against the top leadership in the state, Brijesh.
You must appreciate that the Congress has received in excess of 10 crore votes, right? And we have received nearly 20% of the support of the electorate. And this is something for us to rebuild on. And we are confident that we will rebuild on it.
Okay.
But Brijesh, the sun will cause the sunset of Congress. Remember this.
Okay, so the Congress party clearly...
Thank you very much, Sambit, for your deep concern. I'm really touched by your concern. I wish the BJP had
the writing is on
concern
the wall.
about more important and serious issues concerning the nation.
Okay, rebels within the Congress party are questioning the party leadership, not just in the state, but are they also challenging Rahul Gandhi's writ in the party?